fucking know,
Do you have
man.
bottles
Thank you
of water?
for listening.
No, we don't. Now drink your fucking Coca-Cola, you bastard.
You have your own.
I'm so thirsty. Do you have water?
I know.
All of it.
I just want to make sure that after this is gone, I can rely on you for the H2O.
That's exactly
Hook
what
me
it's
up,
for.
brethren.
Exactly what it's for. I'll buy you a case of water at some point.
At some point.
And pay him back for his door.
His door? I didn't break his door.
No.
Not yet, you didn't.
Why do I owe you?
I don't
We're
know.
not locking it.
What?
When?
How does he owe you a door for that?
I don't
No, he
know.
doesn't owe me a door. He owes me money.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
Bruh.
I bought you food once. I think.
I think.
Look, I have
No, I know I bought you food plenty of times.
Okay, the story behind it is
Oh, by the
that
way,
Matt...
Jacob, that's Bridget. You can probably already tell.
Yeah, I waved.
Okay, so Matt had a tendency of leaving my door unlocked whenever we would go places, even though I said please lock my door, and we would get back, and I need to unlock the door myself because I don't have power locking. So whenever I would get back to my vehicle, I would unlock my door, but Matt's already in. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So he owes me $5 every time he forgets to lock my door.
I cannot believe you leave. Try to say you have.
Yeah, but I never did it out of. You gave me a warning.
He did it.
Which
I did.
didn't-
I did.
Which didn't cost me.
He did it out
Yeah.
of spite.
And then the other time that I did it was at your
You
fucking
did it
house.
twice, and no, it wasn't at my house. I told you have. It's okay when we're at here or Jacob's house.
Which is where I did it.
Nope. It was at Walmart and Taco Bell.
Hey guys,
Hey,
how you
it's
doing?
5 o'clock. We're live.
It sure is.
Can I do the intro?
Is it really?
Since he's
it's
eating?
live.
Well, if you want to.
Yay! I get to
it
do
says
the intro.
live.
Live.
Hey, be quiet so I can do the intro. What's
Whoa,
your name
buddy.
again? I need it for the intro.
You don't know its name?
Oh, my name is Bob Sheridan, and I'm here to tell you about a wonderful product we're selling today.
Okay, you're that
My
guy.
name's Eric.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Spank and Jake podcast, the Hey We're Friends podcast. Whatever, fuck the fat guy. Oh, I went there. Your host, as always, is going to be the lovely and wonderful Spanky.
Hey.
And your co-host, as always, is the skinny and always eating Jacob.
Hey.
He's eating.
Spectacular.
Coming up next, we have our guest, Eric. I said it right?
Yeah, for once.
Yay, I said it right.
That's great. Most people say it wrong 5 times.
And last but not least, we have the editor that's always getting replaced, or trying to be replaced.
Well, there's less of you here now.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you do such a thing?
So
Also-
for the people who are unable to see this, as in everybody not in this room, I shaved because my girlfriend made me.
Ah,
As I,
terrible.
Oh man, she like strapped him down to a chair and went crazy with a knife. It was insane. He was screaming.
It was the first thing I noticed whenever you walked in. It was like, I didn't even see her yet.
younger.
I just saw his face. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Because
what
usually,
did she do? What did she
usually
do?
I look roughly my age, kind of close, maybe like 22,
Oh, you look like a
23-ish,
kid that ran
right?
out of high school and you're
I
like, "Screw
look
this."
like I'm 16 now. I'm 24, very soon to turn 25. I look like I'm 16.
literally-
And the first thing I asked her was, do you feel like a pedophile now? And she said, kinda, yeah.
Oh, buddy, going 0 to 200 real fast. Jesus.
I can't tell if that's Canadian or...
It's just something you need
Minnesota.
to get used to. It's okay.
You have a lot of accents.
I know.
You do.
I love it.
I want you to do a German accent
Was ist das?
every time you talk to Matt.
German?
Every time you talk to Matt, it
Jawohl,
has to be in
mein
German.
Pierre, we have better get in.
Why are you not...
Was
an
denn durchgehen?
act- Why are you not an actor?
Because I just don't do that kind of thing. But there was one time I did it, and it was amazing. I was a drunken Scottish night for everyone to enjoy. Michigan was a long time ago, and we moved on from that. Now we have to do other things. Like, be friendly. Be nice.
Anyway, Jacob, you done eating? Pulls out seconds. You know.
I halfway expected like a bag of French fries and just be like, I stopped at Five Guys too. I'm going all out.
Jacob hasn't said a word yet.
No, he said hi.
He said hi.
Yeah, he
said-
did.
yeah, he said
when
hey.
you introduced him, he did.
Don't give him that much crap.
You can eat into the mic. I don't care. I'm pretty sure they don't care either.
We need you to sensually
Get in here,
bite
Jacob.
into the chicken sandwich. Like
Join us.
Sensual.
But the thing is, that's all I would be doing. Is eating into the mic.
Do you
Whoa,
have that much
You
food?
can you can bite
Wait, I
and
got
then
this.
reply to something.
I got this.
What's up?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the sexy hour of listening to Jacob eat for 1 solid hour.
ASMR. Just Jacob like.
Sensual.
For 1 solid hour.
Oh,
Eating
that's-
sexily into the mic.
Sensual chicken sandwich noises. In
What
his
if that
mouth.
got us the most views?
Oh, that was tasty.
Also, shout out to Hello Tiffany.
Oh, that's what we can do for our next April Fool's. Next year on April
I was
Fool's, we
like-
just upload an entire podcast of eating noises.
Ruin it though.
No, really bad.
Can't
It would
just
be
mention
like,
it
all
on our
right,
podcast.
our next podcast is gonna be us
Yeah, but who
reading
watches
things, and then we're gonna respond. And then after a whole hour and a half, you're gonna go, oh, out loud. Also, hello Tiffany. I'm glad you're listening.
What if the next spot? There is a chat box for whoever's listening. If they're listening live on the YouTube website, I think the app has it too.
Oh,
I'm
look
not.
at there. You got
I'm
a
not
chat
sure
box.
if the app has a chat.
It does.
Quick,
But
tell them terrible
people
things.
can talk to us through the chat. We are paying attention to it.
We do exist.
And
for
Eric,
real.
you're a guest, and this
I
is
am.
your first time on the podcast. You
I
excited?
hope it's not the last.
I just think it's funny because it's like the 34th one, and I've never ever. I just feel like a horrible friend. I've missed out on so many amazing things,
Yeah.
and I feel like I could do so much better as a friend, and so I want to do that from here on out. I just want to try my best to do that.
The funny part is he hasn't even watched a single podcast.
I watched 10 minutes of one. This is because you didn't buy bottles of water. No, I watched 10 minutes of it to figure out what it was because I didn't know if it was like live or if you guys were like fighting to the death. You know,
Hey, we're
anything.
friends. I'm going to kill you.
Hey,
That actually sounds like a
happens.
great idea, actually.
Hey man, I heard it's time for a death battle. Oh wait, that's
What's up,
that's
Jacob?
licensed, isn't it?
No.
No, we're out of that
No
because
water.
Matt here drank it all. Yeah, hydrophobic bastard.
Oh, Taryn told me through Facebook that the chat doesn't work on app.
Well,
That it's there, but it doesn't send. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So if you're on the app, then I'm sorry. I
just
love
go
you.
to the website. It might work better.
Anyway, since this is your first time on a podcast and you only listened to 10 minutes of a previous one, I think I should tell you what this is. The Hey We're Friends podcast is
podcast.
it's a podcast.
Hey, buddy, let the guy talk. All right.
But we literally just talk about whatever we want. It's a candid podcast. We can. You're an asshole.
What are you talking about?
The funny part is, though, we could actually probably blame that on Jacob.
They
all know he's eating.
I don't have a drink. I want a drink.
Plot twist no jutsu. Anyway, back to the beginning.
Okay,
Clinton,
well,
I'm sorry
this
for
is a
interrupting.
candid podcast. We're free to say whatever you want. There is no specific theme. We're just talking about whatever we want to talk about. Though there is a topic list.
Oh.
I always come up with a topic list in case there's nothing we have to talk about specifically. So I come up with things to talk about specifically for specific moments of where we can't talk about specific things specifically.
I don't see dicks on the list this week.
Yet, but there is Pornhub if you look close enough.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
And usually, whenever there's a new person on the podcast who hasn't been on ever, we ask them to tell themselves, tell the audience a little about themselves so they can understand who you are.
This is a creepy smile coming at you. My name's Eric. I've never done something like this before. Last time I did, I got kicked off the news show for high school. But it's okay, because everyone was laughing anyway. I was in Michigan from 1 to 8, came down south, 8 to 12, went back to Michigan, 12 to 16. Dad got arrested. He's an idiot. Came back down south, went to Oklahoma, came back to Louisiana, went on a road trip with a stranger from Texas all the way to the northeastern corner of the states, and then went east to, or what was it, west? Yeah, to Kansas, came back home. And I'm still in one piece and didn't murder anyone or get murdered, so it's a good time, and I'm glad to be here.
You remind me of like Jim Carrey's Mask.
That's the joke.
Really? That's what you're doing?
That was the whole play right there.
Yeah, that was the impersonation.
Anyway,
Okay, he's got me.
impersonables. Impermeables?
I don't
Seems
know.
like a nice vest.
What? What?
Back
Hey
to
Jacob,
this
you're
part.
here! Finally!
So, how have you not murdered anyone yet? Because I already feel like I might get murdered
Oh,
today.
you're serious because I went on a road trip with a guy that I met online in Texas. And from Texas, or he came over to Louisiana. Louisiana, we went to Mississippi. Then we stopped in Georgia. Then we stopped in Tennessee. And we stopped in Kentucky. And we stopped in Vermont, which was a horrible decision because it was February. The gas was $4.27. We didn't have heat in the car. And everything was fogged up and we were driving 70 through the snow. And then we went to New York. And then we stopped in Pennsylvania so I can hang out with Bo. He's a great guy. Except that he wants to get in my pants. But that's okay. Because he's nice. And then we went to Michigan. And then we went to Illinois. Then we went to Wisconsin. A nice little state. Got a great city named Sheboygan. Yeah. Lots of cheese. From there went to Kansas. From Kansas went home to Louisiana. And it was a hell of a trip. It was only in a week and a half.
Jesus.
Kind of rushed.
Yeah,
God.
a bit.
But it was good.
I feel like when you say stopped, y'all like got out of the car and went, "This is nice," and
No,
let's leave.
we stopped. We spent the night and we moved on.
Oh, okay.
We stayed in Georgia for 2 days. That was the longest we stayed. Somewhere.
Stops the car like right at the entrance of another state.
The
Gets
only
out,
thing that was
stretches.
bad is when we left.
All right, let's go.
We left Hazard, Kentucky. We got halfway to Vermont, and we're like, "Yo, fuck this!" And we stopped at an abandoned gas station, and we just slept for 2 hours because we just didn't feel like moving. Because I stayed up all night and drank and choked a bitch.
You choked a bitch. She knew. She knew. That was my little sister.
She knows what she did wrong.
So that was my little sister who just brought her head in and said,
Just,
"Hey!"
just the head. It flew back with her. It was weird.
Sorry about that. So, Ed, what do you do?
I have 2 jobs delivering. One job is pizza. The other job I don't really want to go into because people get weirded out.
Okay.
Especially people I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, if you want to know.
I want to know.
You want to know? Okay, well, the first job I deliver for Domino's Pizza in Rain. The other job, I deliver the dead from all over the state of Louisiana
Oh, that's cool.
to Louisiana Forensics and Louisiana Funeral Services and Crematory.
That's actually kind of cool.
And tomorrow I get training, so I learn how to cremate people legally.
Legally.
I mean, I know how to do it, more or less, but I haven't actually been certified, so I don't do it. I'm just like, hey, yeah, you guys go do that
Have
thing.
you
I'm walking
cremated
away.
somebody before?
No.
Okay.
I've seen it happen. But I've never done it
So,
because it's a legal
Experienced it.
thing. I've experienced it, man. It's really gross. It's like watching paper burn up, except it's a person and there's bones.
So I would assume it's harder than just put them in the oven and press the button, turn
Well,
it to
you
450.
get a slab. No, you turn it to 1650, so it's 1,650 degrees.
Oh,
And
I
then
thought we
like,
were going for a
push
good
'em in.
bake.
Oh no, we're going for a full just destruction of everything. We want everything to be ashes and tinder when we're done with this. And we just scoop it out and you put it through a machine that grinds it into powder.
It sounds fun.
It's not.
Is that weird?
It's not, because if you like when you get to go and grind it to powder, it comes up and you can inhale dead people. And be like, oh great, I got Aunt Bertha in my mouth.
That's funny. I have an aunt with the name Bertha.
Not anymore, you don't. Sorry to spoil that news. The funeral will be in 2 weeks.
Shit. I didn't even know.
We gotta GoFundMe for that.
Jacob,
Hey,
how was your day?
Food.
it's been tiring.
Yeah, I can tell. You okay? You okay there, buddy? You want me to go play with your
It
hair?
was spicy.
His day has been spicy and tired. This is a man of many words, but you don't deserve them.
Let me just cry in the corner.
Aw.
Please don't.
That would make the rest of this podcast going extremely awkward.
What, me crying?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's nothing pretty about a skinny man crying in the corner.
Hey, I prefer thin.
All right. Minute.
Discriminatory.
We use different words, it does the same thing.
So, what did you do today?
I mean, I woke up.
That was it?
And
That in itself is a miracle. That you
Okay,
cannot
the
be
thing
that
is,
little.
you
No,
had
no.
you brought in Chick-fil-A.
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 So you went to Lafayette.
Yeah.
What was in Lafayette?
I went pick up Lisa, and we hung out, and then I went bring her back, and then I got Chick-fil-A, and then I came here.
Cool. You know what I did today?
No.
I woke up, tried to clean up my room a little bit, then I went to the gym.
You did a spectacular job.
I'm
cleaning this room.
officially a member, no longer part of the 6-week challenge. You got your referral.
Damn right.
You got
I
your
did.
free month, you piece of shit. I love you. I don't know why.
You're welcome.
It feels it feels dramatic when you add an insult at the end of something. Like, Eric,
Try.
I miss
dare
you, you sack of shit.
Wow. That's really bad. I'm hurt.
Can I hug
But it's
you?
okay. No, you can't touch me. You creepy little bastard. God,
Your hair looks kind of.
Oh yeah, I got a haircut.
Yeah, you did.
You
But
look
it looks
very-
like only one side is short.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me-
Could this have been the inspiration of Kristen?
No.
I was
No.
gonna say something about it.
No.
We're just
No.
going to shave one side of your head and it'll be fine.
No, it's
Walk
all
away.
like the sides and back.
$60.
They're all short.
I think
The only thing I have is long top, and I'm thinking about cutting it more.
Long top.
I
because
disagree.
Wait, don't cut it more.
The
or-
size? Is that what you want?
Long top.
The sides you want to cut more?
No,
No,
he wants to
no,
cut
the top.
more. He
I wanna
wants
cut
to
the
get-
top more.
That's. I
Considering
mean,
that
that's
shorter.
you, I guess. But I don't like the size
You don't like
short.
you
on
don't like
you.
the tattoo? Not. Whoa! You don't like the haircut?
Well, I don't
Tattoo?
dislike it, but we'll get to that in a second.
I don't have a tattoo.
Can I just
Wherever I
inform
came
the
from.
audience of one thing? His hair is like baby soft. I'm just
Because
saying.
he uses a lot of conditioner.
Conditioner.
It's really
It
soft.
smells like coconut and delicious.
Okay, you're like the king of accents over here, man. I can't even do a single
Is what
accent.
I
This
do.
guy's like Hispanic, German, Canadian.
Russian.
Eh?
Jacob, do you have any accents?
No.
Good. Me neither. High five.
I mean, I'm lying, but
Oh no! I'm not gonna high five you now.
I don't think I have any accents. I don't know, actually, for me.
What you just have is a nice southern raw.
So, yeah,
No, you
I
don't.
did
You
my
don't have
6-week
that.
challenge follow up.
okay. Oh yeah,
And-
how did that go?
Everyone,
Uh,
do a clap for Clinton.
Don't clap for me because I'm about to give you really depressing news.
Uh-oh.
Don't.
Even
don't
more
tell me
reason
the
to clap
game.
now. It's better.
I did. I gained 2 pounds.
Of muscle.
Debatable, but I'm not going to say muscle. My vote is not muscle.
Well, your
Uh,
vote is
I
against mine, and I'm
Gained
like
2
10
pounds,
million.
and when we did our physical test, like you know, like stretching, making sure I can do a lunge and position and balance wise, I improved on all of that.
Okay.
So like I was like a series of like 1s and then 1-2, but now I'm
But-
like all 2s and 1-1.
But
So-
you look thinner.
do I?
It's
Yes,
the
you
hair.
do.
It's the hair.
It's not the hair. I've seen this man with no shirt on. He looks thinner.
Everybody.
A lot of
Except
people have
her.
seen him with no shirt on. It's not hard.
I've
Just
seen
go,
him with
hey,
nothing
pool
on."
party, and he's like, yeah.
That one time I just walked in from my room with it tucked in.
There was another
It tucked
time
in.
where it wasn't tucked in.
Wait.
What is it?
Wait.
But I was walking in.
My
See
God.
me nude?
Yes.
When
We
did you
talked
see me
about this.
nude?
All right.
You guys
so
were dating. Duh.
you know this. All right. So it was like years ago, but all right. I was using the bathroom. You were in here, I guess, changing. But I walked in and you were nude. You were just nude, and you freaked out for a second, and I freaked out for a second, and
Just
apparently
imagine
you
both of us.
repressed it. So
Yeah, I have no clue of you ever
it
seen
was.
me nude.
It looked very red and angry.
Oh my god! It was mad that you saw it.
It was
It was
embarrassed.
retreating. It was like no.
My question is, if you walked in on him now, what would your reaction be?
That's ain't nothing I ain't seen before.
I mean, I wouldn't care, to be honest.
He's going to break Matt's arm. No, never mind. He put it away from a girl.
Your new 5-second relationship.
Renewal. Ah,
Nobody knows what's going on. They just
Okay.
hear sounds.
So-
Okay, basically, so Matt was like grabbing his girlfriend's hand, and then Clinton was taking hand away to hold Matt's hand, and then Matt was trying to hold both hands, but then Clinton got jealous and broke both hands.
Broke them.
They cannot see, so this must be true. Matt is in just so much pain, he cannot make a noise besides a giggle, which sounds like
Giggle of pain.
a giggle of pain.
That means I'm a man.
Oh.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about that topic?
Let's start with porn.
Started with porn.
It's a good start. It's always a good start. You use that
It's
to
the first
get that to
topic.
get the
No.
You use
but
that
I like to start
you,
there.
You use that to get the juices flowing, like
Eric's our guest, and this is his first time on the podcast.
Uh-huh.
So you pick a topic.
Captain America Marvel thing.
Is that what you want?
On there?
Yeah.
Captain America Marvel releases a new comic book featuring
Apparently.
all that crap. That's definitely either alternate universe or they're just trying to screw with people.
Is that what you want to talk about?
That's
Because
just-
if we talk about that, then the audience needs to know what's up.
No, what do we got?
Don't just read them all out loud.
Pick one.
Do, 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 do.
Do, do, do.
Let's definitely go with Walmart because that was pretty crazy.
I didn't hear anything about
okay.
it.
So,
What happened in Walmart? These guys made maybe like a 5-minute video, and in this, well, it's not actually 5 minutes. They probably took a lot longer. They chopped it up and put it down to 5 minutes. In this video, they went into the toilet paper section of like one of the super Walmarts, so it had this big area. And they walled all the toilet paper and paper towels and literally made a live-in apartment with like hidden
yeah.
from everybody because of the paper towels and toilet paper.
The
like, they
walls
had-
with toilet paper. They
they
had a
did that.
living room. They had a
They
den.
had like 3 sofa chairs in there. They had a carpet. They had like a bunch of like live, laugh, love. They had a key thing hanging there. They
Wait.
had a swear.
Yeah,
I
like,
swear to God.
They found
In
this
Walmart?
in
In
Walmart,
Walmart.
and they never got caught. The thing is, like, they
Yeah.
went to the toilet paper section. They
Okay.
took off like a good chunk. That way they can climb in, right?
Mhm.
And then they used the back stock of toilet paper to start filling in all the gaps. Like they made walls with the toilet paper.
Oh, okay.
And
That makes
inside-
a lot more sense
Yeah.
than what I was thinking
And
originally.
inside the
Sure.
section of the apparently like the way this Walmart had their toilet paper, they had like a long
giant.
shelf width, so like they can climb back there, and they did. They made a living room, they made a little restroom as they would call it, and then they made a princess room. And they
restroom was just
were
like a
going to
hole.
start on an attic, which was on the like literally the higher shelf,
Why?
Because
why did they do
could.
it?
just to do it. There
Because
was no
they're like,
purpose.
Hey, let's prove how much Walmart workers don't give a shit.
Well, was that like a pun?
The movie.
But anyway, my original thought when he was explaining it was that they made all of this out of toilet paper, and I was just like,
that would be a
huh.
whole lot more substantial and amazing. Because
But
they did that, and it was quite.
I think the funniest part of it was after they cleared the rooms and they made the sections. They actually climbed out of it, grabbed a basket, and started shopping for their apartment. They went around the
They were
store,
like- they went around,
picking
they're like,
up random
yeah,
shit
we
to
need
decorate
this,
their
We need a
apartment.
lamp. We need a rug. They grabbed, like I said, they
that
actually
had to
grabbed
be like a
key
really
thing.
big.
It was a really big
Yeah,
Walmart.
it was spacious in there.
Obviously, it was
Sheesh.
probably bigger.
I
than
would have
ours.
trouble fitting in there, but I could.
To just climb through like a mole. You just. move
Now,
everything
how long were
aside.
they there for? How long?
I would say easily 30 minutes or more.
Yeah.
But
Aw.
they chopped the video to make it a lot shorter.
Wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
was-
being cut.
No, they never
No,
got
they
caught.
never
They
got
actually
caught. That's what made it even better.
No, they were like
at the end of the
there
video-
operating for 30 minutes.
At the end of the video, they climb out, like, right? And they said they wanted to get started on the attic, the upper floor. But before they can get back to it, another employee just kind of, like, was there. Didn't catch anything, but was
He was
just there.
like, "Eh,
So
this
they
is
didn't want to,
weird."
like, do anything. They were like, okay, we'll be back. We'll be back one day and finish this. And that's how the video ends.
We'll be back.
But they never got caught. And the only thing that came close to being nerve-wracking was somebody picked up a toilet paper and saw what's inside. But later on in the video, it ended up just being one of them.
Yeah, like he was staring in and he's like, "Oh, there's a gap in the defenses." It wasn't even anything substantial, but it was pretty crazy to watch because it's like
Okay, because at first when y'all
literally,
said it,
you think of all the stuff that goes down at Walmart and people are like, "Hey, you!" Like, yeah, man, you like this woman grabbed a dress and like she got chased down by 3 cops. This other guy like grabbed a bottle of soda, he got beat up, whatever. And it's like, oh, these kids made an apartment and walked away. Okay, so I mean, if you do everything
Yeah.
at Walmart in slow motion, no one will catch you. That's the gist of this story. So just walk out with half the.
It was
walk out with a
amazing to
fridge.
watch, though.
Walk out with one of their refrigeration units and steal all the yogurt. They will never stop you.
We have a
do it
man on the
slowly.
inside already.
Brings keyboard, slams it into the wall, starts pounding on it. I'm in. Hacked.
You gotta hack Walmart. We're here to steal your
That-
freezer section. Don't say anything.
So like them making the apartments reminded me of like when I was a kid. Like you know how like in those like dress racks that would like go in a circle or like a square,
Yeah.
and it's just clothes that line all the walls. I used to hide in those.
Me too.
Everyone
That was
did
fun. That was
That was
part
a
of
good,
my
That was a
childhood.
good way to get left behind at a
Yeah, it was.
Almost happened to me twice, and then I start hearing a noise my parents would make to notify me that it was time to go. It was like, that's what my mom would do to be like, it's time
What?
to come home. My mom would make that
She
noise.
treat you like
I
an
would
animal.
hear it, dude. I don't care. It was like halfway across the store, and I'm like, it's the signal, and I would like go find them. And
Like
that's- we would
Batman
leave.
symbols in the
Homeward
roof.
bound.
It was either that. It was either that, or I'd hear the voice from the ceiling go, "Eric, get up in the front now."
Ah, that's embarrassing,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
That
you-
happened to me.
And it's like jokes on you guys. I'm going outside.
see, I had that happen to me once, but instead they called my parents to the front
What?
because
Like,
Were you
were at the
lost and they
front?
found you?
well, no, I was lost and I just went, I need an adult, and then there was an adult there at the Books A Million.
People say that.
Holy crap! Somebody
I-
said it, and it worked.
Yeah.
The
I
world is
literally-
phenomenal.
I literally like just was like freaking out. Like I was in the middle of Books A Million, and all of a sudden like I'm watching like the little TV they had set up for kids, and I was like, oh, this is neat. And I turned to tell my mom we should rent this movie at Blockbuster, and I turned, and no one's there, and I just went, I need an adult, and then this Books A Million employee just comes around the corner and says,
I am
Hey.
an adult.
I can do this.
Lucky for you, I've been waiting my whole life to get to this age to solve this problem. What do you need? My parents. I'm not them.
literally, I was
So he's
like,
like, fuck. He walked away.
I literally told the guy, I
It's
was
mad.
like, I literally looked at him. I said, I think my parents abandoned me. And he goes, what? And I said, well, I turned around and they were just gone.
And they
And-
were just gone.
And then he's like, well, who are your parents? And instead of giving my mom's name or my dad's name, I gave my brother's name. He's only 5 years older than me, and I was maybe 5 at the time. So he's like 10. And I'm just like, and they're like, can Christopher Taylor please come to the front? And he's like, the fuck?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas made his way to the front and was very confused for the rest of his life.
By the way, I really got a good visual of the story with no beard.
Oh yeah, we said this. That was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
You don't have a beard and you look significantly younger, and I don't like it.
I don't either. Blame her.
She literally
What-
did this just to see what it looked like.
Yep.
Oh. Huh.
She told me, and
I
I
don't-
quote,
I don't.
she told me, and I quote, I want to see you without your beard. And I was like, you really don't. And she was like, I really do. And I was like, you really don't. And she goes, I really want to see you without your beard. And then, well, since she's the woman in this relationship, I kind of gave up pretty quickly.
I was like, "Are you happy now?"
So then he
she
shaves,
tore part of his
and he
soul
walk-
off.
He shaves and he walks out of the bathroom and he goes, look at me. And she just goes, ugh.
She leaves you because you shaved.
She just went
That's
to the
what
other
I told her was gonna
She
happen.
just went to the other room and she's like, all right, it's going to be okay. No, girl, back.
Breathe.
Eventually. Trust me, when I came out of nowhere, they weren't happy about it. But now I'm here, and everything's gonna be a little bit worse. Okay, let's go on to the next topic.
Okay.
A very sad affair with Blizzard Studios. Unfortunately,
I know exactly where you're going to.
well, I thought it was a good idea to follow up with Matt's request for pornography, so we're gonna do that.
Yes.
Not literally
I
make
heard about
pornography.
this.
Anyway, Blizzard released recently a what kind of game would you call it?
A hero-based FPS.
There you go, hero-based FPS. So if any of you kids out there have actually played Team Fortress, it's kind of like that, but more hyped up and a whole lot more variety. I mean, like, it's like shooting dice in the dark, but there's anglerfish coming at you too.
It's fun.
It doesn't make sense, but it's really good. There's a lot of variety. There's a lot of differences. Every match is probably going to be different unless you constantly play the same character over and over and do the same thing over and over, spin in circles like Reaper. Die. Anyway, so they brought this out. They did a whole beta. Everyone lost their minds. The game came out. People bought it in droves. It's a good thing there's digital download nowadays. Otherwise, people would be fighting each other in Walmart to get a copy of it. Except for the people in Walmart that have their own apartment, they just be hanging out, having a good time. So, yay, reference to back things. So anyway, this all happened, but then the online community went even more crazy, and they're like, let's go and take it another step further. And by another step further, I mean, we're going to make a shit ton of porn of it. And boy, did they.
I love the internet.
I'm talking they Rule 34 the shit out of that game.
Don't talk. The shit is too specific.
The thing is now is that Blizzard has actually what's the word I'm looking for? Blizzard has reciprocated, and now they've literally sent their lawyers all over the internet to attack almost everyone that they can find fingerprints on everything of.
Yeah, like Pornhub,
So
they're
everyone-
getting takedowns,
everyone has
copyright
been, like,
infringement.
Backpedaling and throwing their stuff into the dark net, like, we don't know what you're talking about. There is nothing. You're crazy. What you look for? Get away from me.
Because of course it's Russians.
Well, I mean, it could be. You don't know.
They're always the bad guy.
I thought it was the British.
There's always the British are just
No. They're
angry
always
about
the
tea.
main bad guy.
they're manipulating Russia. Obviously.
Look. Let me put it into terms you can understand.
Am I daft?
No.
No,
British.
but you are deaf.
The British are like mid-boss, with his purple flaming hair. And then Russia is like
Russia's
the
that-
final boss, Now I can't remember his name. Who's the final boss in Disgaea? I'm trying to make a Disgaea
Oh,
reference.
the first one.
The one that we played. The one
Yeah.
that he had to edit.
That's Sarah Flemington.
Okay, yeah, that was his name.
Sarah
And the
Flemington?
and
He's like
the
leader
Russians
of
are like
heaven,
Sarah.
essentially.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
There you go. Yes, I just tried my best to clunkily make a reference to.
You want to know how often
the
I
first
paid
one,
attention
Like
to
1%
that
of the
game?
internet understands.
Basically, it's like Russia's the one kid who's walking up on the schoolyard going, "Hey, nerd, give me your lunch money," and then British is there getting the lunch money that the kid stole. But actually, in truth, then Russia follows him home, beats the shit out of him with a rocket, takes the money back. It's crazy.
He lights him on fire too.
Yeah, that too, I guess. Because obviously you need to take it a step
I was
further.
thinking more along the lines of putting him in the foundation and then they build like a stadium on top of him.
No, I don't think it would go that far. It'd be like, hey, we're gonna build a gazebo with the 3 people that betrayed us.
It's the gazebo in Abbeville
Well, I was
with
trying
the
to
time
make
capsule.
a Hoffman reference.
No, I'm making a American
You know what
Horror
I find-
Story reference.
You know what I find interesting?
What up?
That the Great Wall of China is like such a
It's the
tourist
O2.
spot.
It's
the
But
Great Wall of
there's
China.
so many dead people in it.
Dude, there's tons and tons of dead people like that. Honestly, that's one of the places in the world that should be considered like one of the most haunted because of how many dead people are in the brick and mortar.
But it's the Great Wall of China.
And
Hey,
what
you
it
guys
is-
want to go to
really
the Great
great.
Wall of China?
You guys want to go to the Great Wall of China? I'd rather not. It's okay. It's like going to the Grand Canyon. You're like, yeah, dude, let's go to the Grand Canyon. You get there and you're like,
It's a canyon.
what do we do?
Wait,
You just kind of
So,
sit there and just.
it's
take it
been way too long since I heard like why it was ever built. So for some
in.
reason,
Keep out the Mongolians.
Exactly.
That was literally
the
the-
Asian Mexicans.
Yeah, which ironically are from the north.
So wait, so what you're saying is we should actually be trying to keep out the Canadians?
Yes, because obviously they're gonna come
Son
down
of
here.
a
They
bitch.
don't
They're
even
gonna come
like
in the
us. They
night.
don't even wanna
They're gonna
be
come in
here.
the night with their maple syrup and their free healthcare. They're gonna be like, "You're gonna take this and you're gonna like it, eh?"
And their ham that they call bacon.
They're like,
Honestly-
I'm not sorry.
Honestly,
Those
if the
psychopaths.
Canadians came here and tried to force that on us, I don't think I'd mind.
Hits you in the face
to
with
be,
that. Sorry.
To be more honest, if I saw a Canadian this far south, I'm pretty sure the first thing they do is ask for water and a trip home. Because everyone I know that's up there is like, "Yo, that's way too hot. Screw that, screw that place. You shouldn't even live there."
He's just like, how did I get here?
This was a mistake, eh?
I'm just saying, if I ever see a Canadian down here, I'm immediately just gonna be like, why?
There's no hockey
Why?
for you here. Leave.
I wish.
Hockey here.
Bullshit! Bullshit! The ice skaters are the worst hockey team ever.
The ice skaters are not a team.
Yes, they are.
The ice gators are a team.
That's what I said.
You said skaters.
Fuck all y'all.
Why would you slap me?
Fuck all y'all. Anyway, that team sucks. There's no good hockey here. I would like to go to the North.
Next thing you know, like
There was
all
a
of Lafayette
period-
just find Matt and
There was
kick
a
his
period
ass.
of like years in the,
small
90s when
amount
they
of Canadian
didn't lose at all.
squatters who actually
Yeah,
like ice
and
skaters.
then they were
Just
great.
come up
And then
kill
they
them
got
with a
rid of
shovel.
like the main coach that made the team decent. They got rid of the main players that made the the team decent. And then they changed owners to somebody who was like, I just want to own a hockey team to own a hockey team. And not really actually know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
And then now they suck.
I was there, by the way.
Fan?
Mm-hmm.
I was there when they lost for the first time after not losing.
I've never seen a hockey
Wait,
game.
you were at that game too?
For the first time.
I was a
I'm not
kid.
losing.
We were both in the same place at the same time.
It was destiny.
I'm pretty
So
sure
we're
it
gonna
was a
need a
hockey
new
game.
host. It's like a play on what I say about Matt, except
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
Because you weren't there.
Womp womp womp. Well, the
Guess I'll,
funny thing is that
Guess
this
I'll
is-
just go home now.
Oh wait! Plot twist: we are at Clinton's home. Wait, no!
Fuck!
Oh,
Okay, during the sound test earlier, I was singing a song and you like
I
replaced
messed
the
it up.
word.
Instead of saying arms, I said eyes.
But
There's a slight difference.
that's not the funny part. It's like when he realized he's messed up, he was just like, "Fuck!"
No, he was like, open your eyes.
No.
Arms. Fuck!
What's really bad is if you listen to it, it sounds like three different people.
Oh, that face.
I don't think you can understand why it would sound like three different people, especially after all you've been through in the past 40 minutes. But
I don't know. With you, I can imagine every other word sounding like.
this cloud.
I can see how every other word would sound like a different person, seeing as you sound like you have 50 billion voices.
That's because I drink a lot of soul.
Did you say soul?
What?
You sure
I
you're
need
not a
a
redhead?
refill. I need a refill. Not only redheads can do this. I learned it from.
Oh, I get it.
What?
Redhead. Take souls.
Oh, you didn't get it when I said that?
Not when you said it, when he said it. Okay, Jacob, pick a topic.
All right. Oh. McDonald's.
That happened
the
in
topic.
Louisiana.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't.
You don't
I
know what
didn't-
happened?
I
Okay,
didn't
I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read it to your son. Scott McGee, a man from Louisiana who is blind. He's a
Oh.
blind man. He's a blind man.
Plot point.
Yeah. He's suing the fast food chain for allegedly
Allegedly.
allegedly
you start with his
failing to accommodate the blind customers as a result of its drive-through only policy for late night hours, even though he went through the drive-through on foot.
Wait. So, what did
This
they do?
man
They-
went through a drive-through on foot
I understand that part.
and said, "How dare you? I am blind. Open doors."
They wouldn't take his order.
Wait.
It
He
was-
tried to order through the drive-thru.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he walked through a drive-through after hours, so like the inside was closed,
Okay.
and then he started screaming at them because they are not going to serve him because he's on foot and blind. And he's like, "It's because I'm blind," and they're like, "No, it's because it's 1 a.m," and he's like, "Bullshit." I'm suing.
Well, they're 24. There was probably
Well,
a
they
24
do it
hour.
24, but they don't open the lobby 24. They close the lobby.
The lobby's
Wait,
closed at
wait,
11.
So was he
Yeah,
complaining that
but
they
why
wouldn't take
can't-
his order, or that they wouldn't let him in?
They wouldn't.
That they wouldn't take his order because I'm
They wouldn't
assuming
take his order
since he
'cause he's
knew
on
that they were
foot, since he's blind.
closed,
Okay.
Yeah.
he went to the drive-through.
All right.
But since he's blind, he didn't drive. He
Gotcha.
walked through the drive-through,
Okay.
but they wouldn't take his order.
Would've
I don't
been
see the
better if he
problem
drove.
though. Like,
I don't see
would,
why they
I
would-
would take someone's order.
I would
We
be
never-
like, okay.
Okay, you remember like a
At
few
first-
years ago? It was you,
Yeah.
me, Chase, and Aaron, and we went to BC Seafood,
I don't remember.
and we tried
The best-
going through the drive-through on foot.
I don't think I
They
was
were like-
there.
Yeah, you were.
Well, I don't remember.
Well, it's a
It was
Remember
during
he
Grandpa
walked,
days.
It was my repressed memory.
Yeah, everyone
Wait.
gets 2.
I wonder if you show up at a drive-through
They'll say no.
in like, you know those little cars you got as a kid that you push with your
Somebody
feet?
did that. A cop showed up.
Fuck them!
wait. Okay.
No.
Why though? Why?
You're still
why
in
is
a
that the case?
vehicle of sorts.
You mean why is it the case that like they're not accepting
The whole-
walk-in people through drive-through?
Well, yeah, like people who are walking through the drive.
Well, the whole thing is supposed to be like some kind of security and safety, which actually it's bullshit. Because it's supposed to be like, oh, they're not in a car, so what they could do is reach into the window and do something. Which I mean,
Okay.
if you
I'm
watch all
assuming
these
like the
stupid-
car gives them an added distance, and plus if they try to get out the vehicle, you can just close the window.
Of course you
As
see
in
the-
like somebody who's walking, he's already there.
Okay,
then
but
you see
if
all
I'm
that crazy
in one
shit
of
on
those
Instagram
little
of people
kid
kicking out the
mobile
windows.
things, I could not easily get out of that.
You can easily be
You wouldn't
drunk,
be able to
high,
give them
or
their money. You'd
not in
be,
your
like,
right
all
mind.
contorted.
Did anyone see the thing where the guy tries to take the whole like register through the window and can't and just runs away?
No.
It's funny.
Did you see the one of the people ordering and they reached out the thing and the hamburger came by and grabbed their sack of burgers and just took off?
No.
And they just sat there and they're like, "What the f was that?" This dude dressed head to toe just like the hamburger, had like a mask on and everything and the hat. They hand out like the big bag of burgers and he just like went right between the car and the window and just went scoop and like just sprinted off with their food.
See,
It's like, damn,
still one of my favorites.
he's real.
Is the one where they ordered like a
It's like Sasquatch.
an
worse.
ice cream
They
cone.
grab the ice cream.
And then he just grabs the ice cream, not the cone, and just starts rubbing it on himself as he drives off. I'm just like, I want to know what she was thinking in that instant when she watched this man do this.
I think
You
the
know-
only thing that's ever confused me is there was the one where the guy got like the extra large cone and he just grabbed a handful of ice cream and he just starts eating it. I'm like, dude, your mouth must be like frozen. That seems uncomfortable. Why would you do this?
And
to
it's
yourself?
hand.
Yeah,
I
the-
can do like you know how there's people who like
Yeah.
lick ice cream and bite ice cream.
Yeah.
And I can do that and it doesn't bother me. And like I'm always hearing people like don't trust people who bite ice cream.
I think it's because there's a lot of people who like their teeth are sensitive to the code.
Yeah.
So like apparently your teeth
somebody
aren't
caught
sensitive
that.
then.
You're a monster.
Glad that somebody caught that joke.
What?
Eric's scooting away.
I don't trust you, man. You eat ice cream with your teeth, you psycho.
I thought you were being kind and like giving me.
Oh, well, that's a good way to look at it. I'm glad you have such a positive outlook.
Silver
on life.
lining. Silver lining.
There's silver lining everywhere.
Literally, the gym instructor was just
Sip
like,
on gold.
okay, well, you gained weight. You're 0.6 more body fat. Body fat.
Booty
But
vibe.
you know what? Silver linings. Your
It's in that
physical, it
booty.
went well. You're improved. I'm just like, I'll take it.
You know what it is though, Spanky?
What up?
It's the fact that you stopped for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what did it.
You
that would
stopped?
happen.
You can't
Yep.
stop.
I didn't
Well,
know this.
one
Okay,
day-
here's the
that
thing.
One day you
Well,
stop.
Here's,
5 times.
okay, hear me out.
It was like a week.
I was a part of the 6-week challenge. Never did a single workout for the 6-week challenge. Whenever I went to the gym, I did my own routine. That was like inspired from like the time I went to the UL gym. Like, and on top of that, I would run.
Do you smell
But
it?
for like the past 2 weeks, I want to say, like the last podcast was probably around the last time I actually like actively went to the gym, like every few days. But yeah, it's been 2 weeks since that. Actively been going to the gym, and then you and me went to the gym.
Yeah.
What, a few days ago? It was what, 3 to 4 days ago?
I'm not sure, but it's a time.
Yeah, that was the last time I did a workout, and I was sad.
Dick Summer.
But I committed to actually join the gym, so I am a member.
Mhm.
I actually have my little purple key
Ah.
now, so I'm one of you now, Jacob.
was a
It was
good
only
one.
a matter of time.
But since I stopped working out as actively as I was, I'm kind of happy that it was only
A
2
couple?
pounds.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I would have been disappointed if it was higher, but if I would have stayed even, then I would have been okay with that too. But it was only 2 pounds.
you got that, Spanky.
Pretty eyes.
Thank you. Jacob says they're hazel. They're not.
They are.
They're not.
They're brown hazel.
They're not. They're brown.
They're
A little bit of
most-
gray on the outside,
Look,
but they're brown.
They're
how
mostly
you start
brown.
Everybody's
bullshit
looking at my
facts.
eyes now.
You know what's funny? How
said
he just said a little bit of
Yeah, they're
gray on
brown.
the outside and then called them brown.
You know what
That's
happens?
that's it. That's
You know
the
what
only
happens?
difference. Like if
Hazel
it's brown-
is multiple colors.
You know, if you have
I thought
gray on the
hazel was just
outside,
like
Not
a
just
warmish
hazel.
green.
there
brown.
are different hazels.
Look, I've seen a lot of dead people lie, man. If you got gray on the outside, you dead. So I mean, you fucked
You
up.
dead.
You fucked up if
You
you
die.
got some gray.
I mean, haven't you played Fallout 4?
No, I haven't.
They have different hazel colors.
There's like 3 different variations of hazel. It's like it just depends. Do you want more green or less green or some green? Eh.
See, when I grew up. Okay,
Damn.
Aaron's phone.
Look, somebody wanted to be attention. Oh nope, somebody just posted a picture on Instagram.
Okay.
Piece of
So the
shit.
whole thing with the hazel, I grew up with the concept of hazel being like a brown and green mixture.
It's
like it's more greenish or it's
more or less
brown.
that.
But I don't have green in my eyes, so I just associated hazel with not being eye color
Wait,
for me.
I'm pretty sure you have green in your eyes. Not a
No,
lot.
He disassociated.
It's really dark in
He's
here.
having existential crisis. Something happened. He's
I'm
disassociated.
gonna look again
himself.
at some point and tell you.
Just stare intently into my eyes.
Take your glasses off.
Hey, sexy.
Take your glasses off.
Hey, sexy.
He's not doing what I tell him to do.
I got you guys.
Hazel.
Mm-hmm. See?
What?
Hazel Brown.
I think his name is Clinton.
Hazel Brown. In the adventures of, I don't know.
Let
Leroy
me see your eyes.
I don't-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see.
dude,
I see a
he
lot
has
of green in your eyes.
He has eyes too. You guys share like a
I know,
distinctive
it's
thing
magical.
the same. You got eyeballs.
We
It's
only
great.
let people in the
I'm
Spank and
sorry.
Drake
We
crew
should
who
date.
have
We
hazel
have
brown eyes.
I'm sorry for all the audio listeners. Well, that's the only listeners. When we go to video,
It'll
you'll be
better.
happy.
When it goes to video, you're gonna have a whole lot worse of a time because then you're gonna see like disgruntled looks and a lot of people.
Well, I can show
laughing.
people the bullshit I'm surrounded
I
by.
can show you the world if I get a camera.
We do have
Yeah,
Of course, Arrow is on the list.
yeah. Let's
No,
not.
no, we're
I've
not
never-
talking about the show.
I just want.
We're not talking about
I
the
just
show.
want to go out on a limb and say I've never watched more than 3 episodes.
It's okay,
sporadically.
but there's a reason why Arrow is on the
yeah,
top
I read
list.
it and it's freaking
It's
hilarious.
fucking hilarious. Okay, Matt,
It's-
you and me at this table are like probably the only people who've seen Arrow, right?
This,
Yeah.
This reading that.
I
makes
haven't
me
seen
think-
the season 4
and I'm
finale, so I
sad-
don't know why they're.
It's okay because
Okay.
it's not just season
This-
4th finale.
I-
It's like the entire season in general.
I read
Yeah.
this and it made me think of How I Met Your Mother ending. That's what it made me think of. It's
But,
like,
ah.
are you so disappointed in your own fandom that you're like, we're a new one?
Yeah, that's literally what happened. Let me just go ahead and read the topic. Arrow. After the season 4 finale of the CW show, watchers of the show were so disappointed that they literally changed their subreddit into a Daredevil subreddit. They completely gave up on Arrow and switched to Marvel's Daredevil because they hated the finale so much.
Was it? What did you see it?
Yeah, I've
Was it
watched
bad?
it. I'm not nowhere near as critical, but I can understand why everybody was complaining.
You
Okay,
can
let me
can
ask
spoil it for me.
Wait, everyone. Spoilers.
Okay.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah,
This
you,
would be part of the recap podcast, Jacob.
yeah, you can spoil it for me. I don't care.
Okay.
Spoiler
Well,
so hard.
starting from like season 3, the Arrow team like started leaning more towards like Felicity, who's only supposed to be a side chick. Side chick.
No, that's good enough. Keep
Side
going.
That sounds.
You
character.
can't go back.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going.
That sounds derogatory. I'm sorry, but
That was the point.
she was only supposed to be there to help, and then she became the Green Arrow's love interest, and that was a thing. And then CW kind of had a bad rap because of all their shows that leaned more towards like the kids and their romantic shows, right? Well, that's kind of what Arrow did. Arrow started focusing on Felicity more than they actually started caring about the comic book itself. It became more of a drama for Felicity's life instead of Arrow and his villains and him trying to overcome the darkness that he thinks is himself.
But at the same time, There are two things about that. One, they very much used Felicity as a way of,
Scapegoat.
yeah, as saying, like, this is the light inside of him. And two, that's what the fans fucking asked for.
Actually,
Because they
that's-
did a poll
See,
on their
now
website
that's
that said...
funny.
No, they did a
No.
giant poll on their website, Twitter, or Facebook
Okay,
that said,
okay,
what do you want us to focus more on? And everybody was like, more Felicity and Arrow!
Okay,
Yay!
but the reason I say it's funny is because they do that. They follow through, and then fans go, "Oh well, shit, not like that though."
Yeah, that's
Not
what
we
pisses...
Daredevil fans. Yeah, go Electra.
Yeah.
Come back from dead, you
Why
crazy
Daredevil?
Because they think
Because
it's
it's
the
good.
the most relevant show about a hero with no powers but
No.
uses his skills.
The most relevant show of a hero would have been if Terry Crews would have started as Luke Cage, but they picked somebody else.
Okay,
Terry
the actor
Crews was
for
like,
Luke
I want to
Cage.
stay on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a hilarious
I
show.
didn't say anything bad about it.
And
I said that's why
I'm
Terry-
okay with the
that's-
guy they have
that's-
casted for Luke Cage.
That's why Terry
So do
Crews
I.
wouldn't do it, because he thought Brooklyn Nine-Nine was going to stay good,
Stay
which is
good.
respectable. It's a good thing because it is. It's
Yeah,
freaking
it's a
hilarious.
Yeah,
and ridiculous.
And Terry Crews
You need to
is,
freeze out the
is
ants.
like...
But the thing is, the reason why everybody
So
was so
talented.
divided about Arrow is that once it became more of like a relationship drama show and not the action comic book,
TNT took over and it was just went to hell. All about drama.
it literally became more Felicity than Arrow. So the subreddit started calling the show Felicity and Friends. Like, that's how drastic it got. Felicity was more of the main character than the main character. And everybody was complaining that like, they were Mary suing her. And what?
Were they?
Yeah, pretty much. She
just-
became invincible. She had plot armor, even though she wasn't that relevant of a character to
All I
begin
can
with.
imagine is like they just like
I can.
there's
I
Arrow
understand.
and her
The
in the interview,
biggest-
and they just kind of like he's talking and they just go right to her and they're like, yeah, anyway.
The biggest
This.
complaint
Yes.
is that Green Arrow's legitimate love interest is Black Canary.
Yeah, in the comics.
They killed her.
Oh.
Black Canary is dead, and she's not coming back.
Yeah?
That's stupid.
I'm just gonna say this.
They had a child.
She
do have a child.
She died in the comics before they even got together. It's called comic books.
No.
It, actually,
Hear me out.
no. It's
This
called
is the
DC.
second- this is
Then
the
she's
second
gonna
time-
come back.
Shut up. Hear me out. This is the second time she's died on the show. The first time she was brought back with the pit of Lazarus, the Lazarus pit.
Gotcha.
Pit of
They
Lazarus.
destroyed that. It's gone in the show. There is no coming back or reviving
Yeah,
of
how
her
many times
unless
did
they do
Batman
some
try to do
weird
that?
time
Wait,
skip
you know
thing.
what's gonna happen?
Okay, wait.
Wait,
I
As
have-
someone who doesn't watch the show, I want my opinion heard.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say this one thing before anyone else. That you said they destroyed the Lazarus Pit. How many times did Batman say he did that? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's over.
Okay, say your piece, and then I've got a rant.
Okay.
Hard.
Here's the
All right.
puzzle.
It's fine.
I got
Okay.
the whole puzzle just for you, but you get
Here's what I think is gonna happen. They're gonna bring her back again somehow. They just didn't tell you yet. And it's gonna be like a lot more drama between her and like the other girl.
we
Felicity.
spilled some chemical X and she's
And
dead.
and that's gonna go on for a while.
I actually could do
And
the
then he's
stream
gonna
without
pick
it.
one. And it'll probably be the dead girl.
No, and then the girl that he picks, is like gonna die or something, just inexplicably, just be like, oh, she
And
got
then
hit
the
by a
show's gonna
train.
get
Oh,
canceled.
Okay.
shit. She's
Okay.
gonna get canceled. And it'll be like Smallville all
Everybody's
over again.
surprised this season made it through.
Okay. First off,
Halfway through the season,
he is correct. Batman has destroyed the Lazarus Pit a total of like 20-something times. It's still always there.
And Ra's al Ghul
Secondly,
is like, hello, I'm still alive.
Secondly, you said, and I quote, what are they gonna do? Go back in time or some shit? Oh, I don't know. Who do they got who can do that? The fucking Flash.
Okay,
Remember
hear me
what
out.
happens when
Hear
he
me
does
He
out.
does that all the time.
I
90%
know,
of the
I
time when
know.
they bring characters back, it is being because the Flash is like, oh, I exist. So because I exist, DC Comics has 53 universes?
We have infinite fucking loophole here in
Here's-
one character.
okay,
He can
yeah.
go back and
Hear me out.
rewrite the thing.
On Twitter,
Yeah.
the head writer of Arrow has confirmed that Felicity is going to be the intended in-game relationship for Arrow. That's it.
Oh, well, fuck them!
Black Canary isn't
See?
in this
you
Arrow.
see what I mean? You see, the fans are like, we want Felicity, and they're like, well, here's Felicity, and the fans are like, ah, fuck.
No.
You
no.
ruined everything.
No.
Not like that.
Honestly,
But, you know,
I don't mind if he ends up with either one.
you know,
but
if they
I
were
do
holding hands,
want...
it wouldn't be a big deal.
I do want that, what you stated, that, like, kind of tension if Black Canary was to come back and
Surprise.
yeah.
But this time she has
But-
the kinetic powers without the without the tools.
See, but I do want that,
ate
but I
one.
don't care which one he ends up with.
Here's the fun part. The head writers of the Arrow season 1 and 2, they jump ship the Flash.
Yeah,
No wonder
So,
Flash
like-
is good.
yeah. The Flash is
So
awesome.
Arrow had a change from head writers, and the head writer already like confirmed that like Felicity is the love interest, and Black Canary's not coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, that blonde chick, yeah, she did.
She did.
For good.
The thing is with Flash,
Until we
yes,
need
he
it.
can time travel, but it's also been confirmed that whatever he did in the I don't want to
Whenever
spoil
he
that for you
times
too.
trials, he fucks up everything.
You want to be spoiled?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
spoiler
here's
I
warning.
haven't been
Watch,
able
go
to
on.
watch
Get
because of
spoiled.
time.
In the season 2 finale for the Flash, he finally beats Zoom. He gets rid of the main bad guy of
Oh.
that season. Oh.
You got spoiler warninged. Close your fucking ears.
Well, even though he's finally come to terms of losing his mom, he finally decides at the end of that episode to go back in time and save his mom, which causes the Flashpoint paradox.
Of course.
So everybody
Almost
thought
there.
that since the Flash did that, every DC show in the same universe is also going to be affected by this.
It's not that wide.
Arrow already said they're not following it. That, like, at this point, whatever the Flash does has no effect to the other DC shows that share the same universe.
Except
Even though it
Supergirl.
would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody thought
Yeah,
that
it's
when the
just
Flash
imagine
did
that,
the
like,
Flashpoint paradox,
He does that, and then, like, whenever the next shows start their seasons, like, all of them have different outfits. And, like, suddenly Felicity's a bad guy working with Deathstroke or some shit.
That's
like,
it's
what the
probably just
fuck?
because they'd have to work in some Flash
Yeah.
angle to it to explain it, and they don't want
Yeah,
to.
they would have to work into each episode, each like show, one episode all about the Flash that would affect everything. And say somebody is watching Arrow, Arrow or Supergirl, but doesn't watch Flash, it's gonna fuck with their show, and they're gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
like, "Fuck
they go
that."
they go to Supergirl, now she's suddenly, like, dressed like a biker chick, and she's fighting Bizarro Superman, and it's crazy.
No,
Oh,
she's
'cause
in
of
love
Flashpoint.
with Bizarro Superman.
Hey, get off your drugs. We can talk, because that sounds insane. Bizarro Superman has the IQ of, like, a retarded kitten. And
Actually,
No.
that's happened
Aw.
before.
you stay out of this. You go home and you dream nice dreams.
I know comics, and it's
I swear to
happened.
God, Fry man, you better get this meatball out of my pool.
I've seen so many memes of Felicity being dressed up as the Pink Arrow. It's hilarious.
I've seen a lot of that. Yeah.
Oh. But there's also DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and the entire premise of the show is about Rip Hunter, who is a time traveler.
You know what they should do? They should make a show about the Spectre, because that would be really cool. You guys don't even know who. The Spectre is an ethereal being who's also, like, he can switch into, like, a physical detective, as a physical detective. And he hunts down killers and takes their crimes and, like, manifests them and kills them.
You
That's
sure that's
all he
not
does.
too far off the deep end, though?
No, that's not. That's a really good series. Look at all the other shows that are doing great with killing people. Like it's
Good
Supernatural. Like what? Season 12 is getting worked on right now.
Yeah.
It's okay. We just kill people like every show. We stab like 30,000 people. That's whatever. Oh, what? Titanic is alive? Not anymore. Suddenly, this guy got hit by a bus with his own advertisement. Too soon. No.
Do you watch Supernatural?
Yeah, I've watched all seasons except 11 right now.
Really?
Yes.
Because Jacob dropped at season 10.
You know why? Because Jacob was like, you know what this needs to do? Stop beating this dead horse.
Well, the
The
thing
bones
is,
are rattling.
I recently rewatched it. I say recently, it's like a couple months ago, but
Time is but a...
I got all the way
Perfect
through
thing.
season 5 from the beginning, enjoyed it thoroughly. Started season 6, stopped.
That makes sense.
East West went away.
I've told people, like, if they want to watch Supernatural, then it's best to watch all of it, but the 1
Binge
through
watch.
5 is the best that the show has ever been, and
If you
probably
ever-
ever will be.
If you ever want to have a good time, watch season 1 and then go to like season 9 and just see the difference.
Well, season 1 was like great just because of what it was supposed to be when it started, kind of thing.
Two
like,
brothers going
Yeah,
after urban
that's the
legends,
one
looking
thing-
for their dad.
like the idea
And
behind
the
each
fact it was, like-
episode.
that's the one thing I really miss. It was like back in the beginning, it's like demons. They're impossible to kill. These motherfuckers can like wreck societies. Now it's like, oh, a demon, gank. Demon, gank.
Pretty
Demon
much.
Stab, it's dead, whatever. We got
But
blades.
when the show just started, he wanted it to be like a mini horror movie every episode, and that
that
actually
stopped
accomplished
after
it.
season 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
then
know.
they just
That's
turned it
what
to,
made it
like-
not as good.
Then they got like 4 episode story arcs.
Plus, they don't even like. They have like lame new monsters when they have them, and basically recycle episodes
You know what
now.
they need to bring back? Jefferson Starships.
Oh my god,
That
no!
was like what, season
no,
7?
No.
That was season 7.
They existed
No,
for
it's
like
no,
3
6.
episodes. They're like
Was
a
it
hybrid of like
Anything
4 or
in
5
6 and
months.
7 is irrelevant.
6 and 7 is shit.
They can at least
The
bring
worst
back
seasons
dragons.
of the show. 8 is when Jeremy Carver finally stepped in and he was like, oh, hey, we need to fix this.
Hey guys, sup?
So 8 was like a restoration period. 9 was just like,
Just wait until
we're going to
season-
build on top of this.
Just wait until season 13 when Michael Bay takes over. Shaky cameras all explosions and everyone's drinking Pepsi with a label pointing toward the camera. Great, Sam. I'll enjoy the refreshing taste. Now give me a McDonald's burger.
Oh, Jacob.
What's up?
If you would have kept watching it, like, if you're caught up to today's...
It made me sad.
I know. Like, just skip 6 and 7. Start 8.
But even like
No,
8
only
makes
watch
me
the
sad because it
only-
reminds me of 6 and 7.
only watch the important episodes of 8.
Wow,
and then
that's really
only the
hard.
important episodes of 9 and 10.
Well,
So
you're
like the
listening.
finale. All right, I remember this.
I
All right,
haven't
episode 1.
actually
This
seen
is what they
any-
want to do. The last episode of the season. They did it! And now more bad shit's coming.
Oh, Dean's a demon?
That's
Oh, it's
literally
broke
where you
away?
stopped. That was the season
Well,
9 finale.
yes and no. I got a little
Oh
bit
my God,
into
God,
that
that
season, but then
Oh.
but now I'm like,
You're 2 seasons behind now.
almost.
All right, guys. How about that gorilla?
Oh,
The sad silverback gorilla.
you know what happened?
The
Did they
majestic.
paint its back?
No, it's a really. If you watch the video,
I don't want to watch the video.
I'm not saying you need to. I'm just explaining. If you did watch the video, the whole thing, like no matter who says it, everyone has a different, blown out of proportion, like the opinion. Basically, it was a good time in the Cincinnati Zoo over the weekend. This little bitty child, 4 years old, climbs over falls into the pen, and this gorilla
And
runs
kills
over.
the gorilla.
With his bare hands, I'm gonna teach you what fire. My daddy said you ain't shit. No, the gorilla ran over and scooped him up, dragged him through the water, and then like stood him up to make sure he was okay. And then he saw people shouting, so he was like, obviously this child is in danger because everyone's screaming. So he grabbed the kid and like runs off into the brush. Security's like, oh fuck, shoot it, and they shot it, and it dead.
Oh,
They even trank him.
Yeah, didn't
They
trank
said
it.
tranking.
And they're like,
not
well, if you
twanking.
would have tranked it,
Twank.
it would have felt pain, not know where it was from, lost its shit, and that kid would have been nothing but mush.
Yeah.
You know those big coconuts you gotta take an axe to cut open? A gorilla can rip that open with its bare hands. Imagine what it could have done with that child if given time.
That's a sucky situation.
Yeah, so they were like, obviously there's no way to save the gorilla and the child. Shoot the gorilla. And they did.
I guess that
Your
was
accents.
the best case. I mean, the best
That-
thing to do
For
in the
them,
situation.
that was their best case scenario.
I mean, what
And,
else could they
and
have
if you
done?
watch the video, like you
just
completely
open the gate and be like,
I
give me
mean,
the child, and he'd be like,
I
"More
guess
bananas."
I'm sure there are people out there who are like, well, the child's stupid for, and the parents are
That's the-
stupid
yeah,
for, you
That's
know.
what the
Yeah.
people on the radio this morning are saying. They're like, dude, how high was that? Like that gate, and how the hell did that kid scale it?
Just like
It's like, first off, where were the parents, and why weren't the parents having that kid on a leash like all the other kids of the zoo? It's like, dude, your kid is like 6 feet up in the air. Maybe you should do something.
I'm just saying, as somebody who doesn't really want kids, if my kid was dumb enough to get into the gorilla pen,
It'd be okay. You can make more.
I literally would have been like, well, I fucked up with that one, so
could you really
let him
say
go.
You're gonna
it's
be the
dumb?
best. You're gonna be the best Tarzan ever.
Maybe it's time to start over.
I just feel like that's like
I'm
you should
sorry.
be watching your kid, right?
Look,
Yeah,
if
dude,
I
like,
fucked up that much,
you-
I would literally just be like, okay,
Whenever
I'm
you're
gonna do
at
over
any
anyway.
place, like if you're in the mall, if you're at the zoo, if you're at like fucking Cedar Point, it doesn't matter. You should have like either your kid's hand in yours, or be like one of those weird ass parents with a leash on your kid.
What if it was Bran?
Game of Thrones.
Let him
He
go.
climbs.
Let him go.
Push the gorilla.
This is how he becomes a man.
No, Jon Snow, don't fight the gorilla. For the watch.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of human beings on this planet. Not as many silverback gorillas.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have a plague, but keep it away from me, okay?
I could see the argument in here, but I don't know.
See?
I guess that it is what it is kind of thing.
I just think it's like the whole scenario is just screwed up because first off, usually those enclosures for gorillas are covered,
Right.
like with a net.
I mean, I guess you can blame anyone,
But it's
then,
like-
pretty much.
It's still, it just comes down to like, dude, you let your 4-year-old child scale this wall and just go, and you were like, what were you doing? Were you drinking lemonade and paying for overpriced cotton candy?
I feel
Come
like
on.
my parents would have, or well, my mom would have never let me do that
Your
as a
mom,
kid.
Like, you would have got like 6 steps away, and she just would have like whipped around and be like, what are you doing? I'm just trying.
I would have looked at it, and they would have been like, "Don't fuck."
Yeah, that's my parents. I would have
Don't
looked.
do anything.
I would have looked in its direction. My mom would have been like, and no. No,
I know what
actually,
you
I
want.
just
My
never.
dad would
I
have
just
taken a
not.
picture, said, let's go to the next one.
Look,
Boy, get back over here. I would have
I'm just saying, though,
immediately.
Get your butt over here. Oh.
with how protective my mom was, we never even went to the zoo because she was just like, I'm not even gonna chance it.
Because somehow a python's going to get out and eat you. And I'm going to have to make another one.
Exactly.
I don't feel like doing that.
Exactly. When in reality, me as a parent, I would have been like, you call it, you get over it, you're with the gorilla, you're now a gorilla baby,
You'll have
or
a
you're
great
dead.
life. I'm pretty sure.
You were the dad of that kid who fell in. He was like, no, don't do anything.
Let's see what's
Don't
bad.
shoot
Is
the
that-
gorilla,
that
shoot my kid.
Look, the kid's like 3. It's not a big loss. The gorilla is 17. He's had a life. He has family. He even has silver hair. He's been through some shit. Let him live.
Kid first, gorilla second.
Exactly.
Like
Or
that.
if you're really desperate,
The
choose
guy who
one.
shot the gorilla like went up to the dad and he was like, "Let's play."
Oh, shit.
The dad was just like, okay, so that
Rock,
was
paper, scissors.
$300.
Can you imagine like the guy shot the gorilla and they're just like, do you want to take this home as a thing? It's your kid's fault. We really don't want to deal with this. You just take it home. Make a suit out of it, you crazy bastard. Letting your kid jump over things. I don't know. Yeah, forget about it.
Oh, Matt.
For those who are listening, I'm probably never going to be
hot.
invited back. Ever.
Matt, pick a topic.
You wanna know
Man,
what's
my
hot?
turn?
iTunes?
Oh, I wasn't paying
No,
attention.
I will not update iTunes, I swear to God. It's been 7 years. It's still never going to happen.
I have no idea.
Exhale, inhale, put on your glasses and look.
Fuck my glasses.
I don't.
Okay,
think
why
that's
is
a really
Hiroshima on the board? Let's
Because
go with that,
Barack
even though I don't-
Obama went over there, and
Oh,
he was the
yeah.
first president to visit Hiroshima after what had happened back in 1945.
Yep.
Yes.
And he went over there and was like talking about like it was so terrible that we did this and blah blah blah, and we need to get rid of all nuclear arms in the world. And everyone's like, well, that's a great idea, but the problem is, what would we do with
The problem is no.
it? No, like I'm all for it because I'm like, this is way too powerful.
No, I'm saying like all other countries are
Oh
like.
yeah, all other countries are like, yeah, America, you do it, see what happens. You try. We'll call Putin. He'll hook us up with. But it's like, man, it's a good idea because the amount of devastating power nuclear arms holds can literally just be like, oh, we're gonna drop one, and your country is fucked.
Yeah.
So,
Your
I
country
mean,
is extinct.
Even
Like,
even
Clinton,
if
have
it
you
was
played Fallout 4?
No, I haven't.
like not
Okay.
necessarily extinct, but even if it was dropped one nuclear bomb on
then you got nuclear
on
winter,
any-
EMP goes off, so you don't have electricity like
Yeah.
within like a state radius or more, and just everything's blown, everything near it vaporized.
yeah.
Everyone looks at it blind. Everyone near it, cancer.
Yeah, but like say if one was dropped on New York City. Just one dropped on New York City. That could literally destroy the entire economy of the planet because most of the trading that happens in New York
It comes through,
and
Wall Street is unharmed.
like
Those fucking 1%ers.
Wall Street and like Japan are like
One
two
of
of the
the-
biggest
Yeah.
trading locations in the world. If either one of those were to get hit right now, like
One of those
Our-
three people are
our
like
economy would just disappear.
just writing notes as they listen to
Matt.
Matt.
Defense mechanism to defend power grids, extra.
Yeah, so when they bomb it, they're like, "Thank you, Spank and Jake," and we're like, "Shit!"
What if we become the supreme rulers?
I will
Awesome!
I will have a great time at the three of yours funerals. You will
No.
mysteriously die at the feast.
Hey, and you'll know how to cremate us and everything.
Everybody
It works out, yay!
The biggest thing I saw about like Barack going to Hiroshima was that everybody was complaining that he shouldn't apologize or shouldn't have apologized.
Yeah,
But
they were
nothing
like, "Oh, you shouldn't do
confirmed
this."
that Obama actually apologized for the bombing.
Pearl
Wait, did he apologize?
No,
all he
No.
did was go there and he was like paying his respects and he's like, "This is really bad and this should never happen again." That's all it was. He was just like, "We should really not have nuclear arms
we should
in the
be
world."
decent human beings, and here's a
that's
reef.
not an apology.
I
That's,
He wasn't going there like, "Sorry, we wiped out 2 cities." No, he
and
didn't do
honestly,
that.
he wouldn't even be in the right to apologize because he didn't fucking do it.
He wasn't even born when it
But-
happened.
But I have no problem with him going there and making a speech and
Ted Cruz's Zodiac Killer.
It's Jed now.
It's Jeb.
It's Jeb now. Ted changed his name to Jeb. What?
But yeah, all he did there was go and pay his respects, and
Yeah,
everybody was just like, "No, fuck those assholes who bombed Pearl Harbor."
Of course, then again, you think about anything. That
When we're
Obama
the
does,
assholes that
people are like,
destroyed
"Oh,
2
motherfucker."
cities.
yeah.
But really,
You
I mean,
tried to
I haven't
forget.
seen arguments either way on this, so I can't really say anything.
Well, how do you feel about it?
How do I feel
Him
about-
going there and apologizing.
Yeah, your
Not
personal-
apologizing. He's just
If
like,
he just
"Hey,"
goes there, why? I mean,
like,
I don't have
to,
an issue with
to
him going.
summarize it, this is pretty much what happened. He showed up with a wreath and he's like, "Hey guys, we fucked up and it really sucks."
Well, I mean,
as
you
a
don't have to
world-
say I'm sorry to
No,
apologize.
I'm saying
though.
he didn't, like he's just like, we should never do this in the world, like period. Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't have an issue with him having gone.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is like people are like, "Oh, he went there to apologize, but they bombed Pearl Harbor," and it's like that's not what he's there for. He's like, "Hey, no matter like how this went down, regardless, the fact that it happened is just fucked up."
Yeah,
That's the whole purpose of him going there. He's like,
Yeah.
"This was really fucked up."
yeah,
This
because I
shouldn't
mean,
happen ever again.
because of like the power of nuclear.
Thanks,
bombs.
Einstein.
He was a good guy.
He
He
was
didn't want that to happen, you know.
No, all he was like, "You guys, I found a new thing," and they're like, "Cool, let's blow shit up," and he's like, "No."
Why is
It's a
everyone
terrible
from the
idea.
same country now?
We should blow shit up. 9. Happy is more German about it.
Oh, I guess it's my turn
But I
to
can
pick a
Dick,
topic.
Derek.
Fucking finally.
Okay.
It took you 20 years, but you're here.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chinese laundry ad.
You don't say
Hey, do you
anything
wanna talk about that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. The moment I saw it, I freaked.
And a Chinese laundry ad.
Oh my god. Have y'all not seen it?
No.
No,
Oh
you guys
my
haven't seen
God.
Oh my god.
Wait,
you guys
let me-
need to see this.
Okay.
I just read it.
I didn't.
Let me just summarize it for you. Okay. There's this woman.
Wait,
doing
I might
laundry.
be able to find it.
Shut
I
up,
might be
Bro,
able to find it.
just
Shut up.
let the man talk.
We don't have time
Shut
for
up.
this.
So there's this woman doing laundry. It's Chinese.
It's chill.
It's Chinese. It's Chinese.
The
Whatever.
laundry is Chinese.
It's whatever, right? And there's this black guy who walks out and like he's full of paint. He's holding a paintbrush.
Is
He's
he also
obviously
Chinese?
been doing. No, he's a black guy.
He's supposed to be a black dude. Like,
wait,
imagine LeBron James is doing his laundry.
Well, there can be black
Look,
Chinese people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so we should just
Like
No.
black
take
people
it
from
away.
China.
Yes.
Why
Okay.
would we not watch it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Apparently, we're watching it.
So
So she's-
black guy just walks in.
She
Covered in paint. The chick is just like, "Hey, sexy, come here." So he
What's
goes
the-
over there. She fucking shoves him into the washing machine.
and it
That's
comes out-
hilarious.
And then he comes out Asian.
And then like a clean Asian guy just pops out the washer.
That's funny.
This
That's-
is like some weird folktale shit, and I just don't want to mess with it.
I can see why people would probably have an issue with it.
It's hilarious,
I could be
but it's
honest.
racist at the same time.
Yeah, but then again,
No,
it's
you know what?
Japan.
But is
see,
it?
That's good.
If it was just an Asian guy going into the washer and being an Asian guy coming out,
No, because
No,
if
no,
you
I'm
were a
saying
Asian guy, they would.
It's a joke, right?
Yeah, that's
It's
all.
obviously the context of a joke, right?
But
Yeah.
then you gotta
Yeah.
think
So it's
about-
not racist.
No, but then you gotta, especially since it's not white people doing it. But I mean, if it was white people, it'd be outrage. It'd be riots in the streets, Black Lives Matter. Which they do, but the fact is, like, it's overseas. They do a whole lot of weird shit.
They have a
They've
completely
done-
different culture there.
They've done absolutely grosser, more
Oh, yeah.
unusual stuff than this.
Like
So it's just
giving
like,
birth to a
oh.
horse in a Walmart aisle. That's actually a commercial.
I'm sitting here trying to enjoy
a wa-
a nice day.
But
I'm
the,
not-
I
no,
have to
I'm not kidding.
generalize
Japanese
this.
Pokemon commercial for Sun and Moon was adorable.
Well, no.
It was.
Let me describe to you 2 commercials very
Yeah, but
quickly.
did you know about the one where the woman gave birth to a horse in the middle of a grocery store? Because I'm
There
gonna
was
put
one.
ahead of that shit.
There was one where a lady is sitting there staring at milk, and all of a sudden a guy comes up and asks her if her computer has been protected, and she says no, and then he shoves an antivirus in her face. She begins to moan, to scream, she falls down on the floor, and then a horse crawls out of her vagina.
I don't.
And that's
That
the
is
end of the
story
commercial.
of how Clinton is born.
This is
and
why
then-
you should get your.
And then the
antivirus.
second one
It was a
was
Trojan horse,
it's a
I get it.
magical land. There's a magical land, and there's a lady sitting upon a log in the middle of the forest, looking beautiful. But she figures out she doesn't smell right, so she drinks this drink, and all of a sudden, bubbles start flying out of her vagina. And I'm not talking like, oh, there's a bubble or two. I'm talking like when you put the
Frothy.
entire gallon of like laundry detergent into your washing machine and hit go.
Bubble beam.
Like
Frothy.
it was full on like fill a room with bubbles
Full
just
on
coming out of her vagina.
That is our new.
Vag.
That's our censorship. Vajaj.
Bajaj.
It's our censorship edition. We're gonna do a podcast with censorship edition, and it's gonna be really hard, but we're gonna do our best.
Oh, where we try to replace words with like a safer version of
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna have like a list of things, and we're probably gonna ignore it, but it's okay.
We'll get it for the first like 20 seconds.
Vajaj. Don't be such a vajaj.
Okay.
Abandoning that idea right now.
Okay, let me find something we haven't talked about.
I think the only thing is
The Last Guardian.
No.
no
Two.
2. The first 2.
No,
Yeah.
that's talking about Captain America.
We-
That was just a piece of crap.
Captain America in another comic is actually a Hydra agent.
Yeah, that was it. Like
But literally,
a new Marvel writer like just released his own copy of Captain America. It's after Steve, like, you know, he ages and he's close to dying, so Falcon becomes the new Captain America. Well, it's after that. Apparently, in this comic, Steve Rogers gets his power back. Like, he is rejuvenated somehow. And then there's 2 Captain Americas. And then at the end of that comic, Steve Rogers, like, just, I don't know, betrayed the team. And he was just like,
That showed him
Hell
saying,
Hydra.
Hell
And then that's how the comic ended.
Which there's a lot of jokes and memes about it now. Like there's one of Hank Hill going, charcoal, I tell you what.
There's a John Cena one. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen that one.
I can't see you.
Spider-Man,
No, my
fuck
friend-
responsibilities.
My friend actually posted like a whole buttload of them.
Batman, I shot my parents.
Yeah.
Oh. I shot the bear.
But yeah, everybody's so mad about turning Captain America into a Nazi.
Well,
Right.
the thing is that
And
everyone knows it's
and
like a
everybody who
standalone.
would read comics would understand that this is not the first time he became a Nazi.
Yeah, it isn't.
This is just him hanging out with Hitler at the times.
Like there's one frame
That's
of Captain
why I
America.
read it.
There's one frame of like Captain America punching Hitler in the face, and then like in the same comic, it's like later on, and Captain America walks back in the room, and everybody's just like, no, he's cool, Steve's here to help. So
It matters all it matters.
my
I'm not your father.
my theory is that he is being controlled in some kind.
I never
That
believed it.
makes the most sense. But if he is genuinely has always been a Hydra agent for 75 years,
That would be a little fucked up. But the whole like
it would make no sense.
the fact that he got his powers back
but the whole
randomly
thing,
makes
you-
me think he's
The
Yeah,
reason-
he's
so
being
This is all
manipulated.
happening. The only thing I look at is
Yu-Gi.
this is definitely just too. Yeah, it says the heart of the cards is fake. This is a bunch of bad like spoofed versions of it.
Yeah.
People have made.
Wow, that's an amazing.
Anyway.
The
This
sun-
is my favorite. Praise the moon. Like the whole thing though is
It just got blown out of proportion
it's
because
just
of
a
everybody who doesn't read comics.
way I've
They were
been
just like,
looking at it, this is
holy
just-
shit, you ruined the character.
This is just you'd either look at it as one of two ways to make it realistic, which is either he's trying to infiltrate Hydra and finally squash them, or it's just an AU standalone, which is pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
It's
like,
not like, oh, this is the deciding comic. He is Hydra.
there's a
person. No, he's
Superman where he was practically raised in Russia, Soviet Russia at
not.
that.
Yeah, that was a.
And there's also a
one.
Superman where
Superman
he.
Red
worked
Sun.
with-
There's also a Superman where he fucking takes Shazam by the throat and then
That's
beams.
Injustice.
Yeah, well, they
That was
also
a
made
video
it into
game.
a comic.
Yeah, I know. They based the comic off the game,
Anyway,
and it was just disgusting because he killed like an 8-year-old child.
yeah, he kills an
Fucked
8-year-old
up.
child who is Shazam
Yeah,
and
pretty
just
fucked up.
burns through his face.
Yeah, it all started when
And
he
Flash
was
is like,
being
"Yo,
confronted
fuck
by
this shit,
something,
I'm
and
out."
it that comic series. It all started when Superman was being confronted about something from one of the female superheroes, and he backhand her. And
Wow.
when he backhand her, he accidentally used all of his strength
Snapped
and
her neck.
decapitated her.
Oh,
Her head was gone after a backside.
Oh, but she
I
said
I
it's
forgot.
sick.
I read the second part. I didn't read the
My
first
favorite
volume.
thing-
I read the second
There was
volume.
another part of the Injustice, and it was actually great because Alfred took the pill that let him be as powerful as Superman, and he just beat the living shit out of Superman.
That's actually
That
at
was
the
the
end of
best
the
comic.
second volume when this pill goes around and Commissioner Gordon is just like, you know what,
The
I'm going to
best part-
sacrifice myself and go to the Watchtower.
The best part was because Alfred kicks him in the face so hard that his shoe explodes, and he's like, "I will not permit you to hurt my family anymore." Hits him one more time, and Superman looks at him like, "What?" And when he hits him, his head hits the ground, and he's knocked the fuck out. And it's like, "Oh, you just got your ass beat by
So
Alfred."
you can knock Superman out.
Oh yeah, you can knock Superman out. There was actually a real comic that Marvel and DC did together back in the '90s.
It's a Punisher and Batman comic too.
Okay, calm down there, Poncho. But the comic actually had their people fight each other, and in one of the comic that I had, or the issue that I had, Hulk fought Superman, and the only reason Superman won is because Superman kept using his laser beams until Hulk passed out. He just sat there, there was a crater, and he just kept doing it, and Hulk was like, just fell asleep, and he just stood over him like, all right, that's done. But
Yeah,
then
I
it was
mean, you
great.
can't
I
really.
like that.
You
That's-
can't really
until the Hulk just fell asleep.
kill
'cause-
either of them.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
because it happened. It actually happened in Smallville, one of the most realistic, almost deaths of Superman, because he ended up almost dying. So Martian Manhunter threw him into the fucking sun, and he came back to life. Because that's how. But there actually is
Superman
a comic
gets his
where
powers
Superman
from
does
the sun.
die.
Yeah, Death and Return of Superman.
Yeah. No, there's another one,
But
recent.
Back to
52,
Captain
Oh.
America.
where he actually absorbs all this energy and it burns him out from the inside, and he turns to ash.
Back to Captain America.
Damn,
It's
that's
like-
cool.
The main thing I see coming from this new series is that Captain America is, yes, he's going to be the bad guy for a few comics. But I think it's because he's being manipulated by the person who gave him his powers back.
Yes.
It only makes sense that they're using him now. So it's going to be a good opportunity to get Falcon's Captain America to fight Steve Rogers' Captain America.
And see who's better.
Not really see who's better, but
Just to see it.
I imagine Falcon's Captain America is going to want to fight him to either A, get him back. And there's going to be a point of conflict where both Captain Americas are going to clash each other. But in the end, Falcon is the one who saves him. But everybody's freaking out apparently because even though Captain America was made by two Jewish kids, that Steve Rogers is a Nazi now.
Well, everyone's gonna freak out over basically everything. so
technically, Hydra isn't part of the Nazi army because they went off in their own way.
Yeah, but they have
Actually, he's got a point.
Yeah, they literally started because of a Nazi.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they are Nazis.
Fuck Hitler.
Like,
they're-
Hitler's not good enough.
they're
That's-
worse
And the Red
though.
No,
Skull
look.
is
I mean,
sitting there like a superhuman.
that's
with a
like
fucked up face,
saying
he's
that
like,
anybody
"Hell, I'm
in Germany is still wanting to follow through with Hitler's plan.
You know what? Everyone in Germany.
You
does
don't
now?
know that they don't.
Accept- Dude, that'd be terrifying. They're like, yes, we're so accepting. Come to our country. And suddenly, just knives, and you're like, no.
No, come to our country. Don't worry about the fact that people are disappearing.
People are disappearing off the streets.
America's
This
gonna
isn't
get rid of its
Russia.
nukes?
We have plenty of room for you all. Ha ha ha!
Check out this nice camp.
check out this very, very beautiful shower.
Look at this nice vacation spot up near the mountains where no one can hear you scream.
Oh, so it's gonna be Captain America versus Captain America. That's what this comic is going to,
Captain
and I'm
America
happy
versus
for it.
Malaysia.
And I do not want the writer to change his story because everybody's bitching about
Oh
it.
God, no.
That
I
is the
can't
one thing
stand
that'll
when
piss
that
me off the
happens.
most.
Well, look, Blizzard almost did that too with Tracer. Like she did that pose, and they're like, "Oh, I got textual," and they're like, "Well, here's another one, and it's still booty."
Yeah,
Well,
that was
whatever.
my favorite part. They were like, "Oh, it's okay, we'll change it,"
They
and
kinda
then
did
they're
that
like,
thing.
"We didn't say we'd take the booty out,"
They were
and
like
they
in
just
they were
changed
like
the
in a
pose.
they were like in a swivel chair, and they're like, "Okay," and when they turned around, they're like, "It's the same." Like, I don't know what you expected, but fuck you.
And
You're still going to buy it anyway. Who gives a shit?
Now, I just loved when people freaked out about Tracer's butt because it's like, it's a fucking video game. Are her clothes off? Is she sucking a dick?
Whoa,
No.
buddy.
Then why do you
There are
care?
things online that are of that now, so now they care. Now the lawyers are like,
For the record, though, like,
For the record, though, they're not going to get rid of a shit thing on the
No, they're
internet.
not
They're
gonna
not.
do it.
You can't delete anything
internet-
off the internet.
The internet is like throwing things into space, but you can actually go out and find it.
There was a
It goes into a
town
black hole. It will come
in,
back.
I want to say it was like Oklahoma, where there was this
That's the
picture
town.
of a cop, like somewhere in the
A-Town.
state of Oklahoma.
Single town in Oklahoma.
God damn you people. Where there's
There's
a cop just spraying a line of kids with pepper spray. Just a line
Oh,
of
yeah, I've
kids who
seen
were
that.
protesting. They spent over $1 million to get it removed from the internet.
And people still made memes of it.
And they were still making memes of it. The funniest part was a guy was doing a news show online, and he's like, and they spent over $1 million to get this picture removed from the internet. So you know what? I decided to help them out in case they ever lose it. And then he just lifts a shirt with it on it. And he goes, so I made this shirt and I just mailed it to you.
And then he got shut down the next day by a house fire. It's faulty wiring.
He got shot down the other day by a house fire.
That sounds like
shut down.
that sounds like Family Guy's way of dealing with house fires.
Yeah, faulty wiring.
They just punch it.
Yeah.
That's what the government wants you to believe.
I don't. Why you poke the thing? I don't understand. Is it a joke? You push buttons.
I was-
things
I was-
blow up.
I don't know, trying to add emphasis to it. Drama.
The Last Guardian.
I don't
The
even
Last
know.
Guardian is the last thing we're going to talk about with 5 minutes remaining.
I don't even know what the Last Guardian is.
Still the
but
only
I
thing on the
see-
topic list we haven't talked about
I
yet.
see Eco and I see Shadow Colossus, and it gives me high hopes.
Well, yes, this game has been in production for a long time
Forever.
now. Yeah,
Like 10 years.
yeah, that
Roughly.
sounds about right.
Dude,
Since
I want to
what?
say it's longer than that.
that's older than me.
Since probably the early PS3, I want to say.
Yeah,
So like a little bit after Shadow Colossus.
they
and
announced.
Well, no,
they
it
announced
was,
the game, and
it
then
was
it went
going
into
to be a
production
launch
limbo.
title with
Yeah.
PS3.
stuff.
It was going to be a launch title with PS3, and then they pushed it back. And they were like, oh, it's okay, it will come out the next year. And then they pushed it back again. And then it's like, okay, never mind, it's going to come out the next year. And then they kept pushing it back, and then they're like, it's alright, it's going to be a launch title with the PS4.
That
And then it didn't happen.
game.
You know, with the
That
little
game
kid and the
looks
bird dog?
Sick.
Yeah. That,
like
I
the,
just
literally
know
the
one-
same
I
thing
just
that
know
happened.
One thing, it's not gonna happen. That makes me so happy about it.
What up?
What?
It's not gonna turn out like Duke Nukem.
you hope.
Let's just push this back 12 years and here's a piece of shit.
I think Doom turned out better than Duke Nukem.
Doom did.
Oh, it
turn
did.
out better than Duke
Doom
Nukem.
turned out great.
Doom was actually explained as to why there was so little demons compared to the old Doom games. It's because the original Doom guy kept killing so many demons, and then he ended up getting taken into hell, killed more demons, and then they trapped him in a giant room, so he can't escape. That's literally why there's so little less demons compared to the old games. Because he killed
But
so many.
they also made the
They don't
demons way
exist
harder
anymore.
to
He
kill.
got rid of them.
That's the canon story as to why there's so little demons now.
Yeah.
He killed so many.
And
How many demons?
So many.
outside of the end game, the actual reason why was because they were like, instead of putting a shit ton of demons, let's just make all the demons far more terrifying to deal with.
Are you shitting your pants? Not scary enough.
Yeah, Well, no, I think that was their motto because at one point they throw like 3 barons at you and a mancubus, and you're just like, "Oh, fuck do I do?"
Hey, what the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is it kind of like a?
Y'all should
death
go play.
claw?
Okay.
Kalashnikov.
A baron
Gun.
is a giant 10-foot tall demon that's buffer than Arnold
Lesnar.
Schwarzenegger
Brock Lesnar.
in his prime.
Big
And,
pump.
and he's red
God,
and he
Steiner.
has tons of horns. Fuck you.
Genetic.
And a mancubus
The Great Khali, Big Show.
and a mancubus is like a 6-ton-pound fat guy with giant rocket launchers on his back and weird crap toss.
That sounds like a weird. It's like a spin-off of Urgot from League of Legends.
Actually,
He's man in script clothes and he's like a robot, but he's fat and in the measles, and he'll switch places.
well, the funny part was they got Urgot from World of Warcraft, so
I'm not even surprised.
technically,
There's so many skins. Like there's a skin in Smite right now. I think it's exclusive or limited for one of the characters, and it looks like Rayquaza.
oh no, that's not
sounds
limited.
cool.
You can still buy it.
No, you can't buy it.
You can't
It's-
anymore.
It's chest only.
Oh,
But
cause
the chest isn't there right now.
it was like available to purchase whenever you want for like 2 years.
Now it's on PS4 and it's not.
Oh, that's right. You have the shitty version. I'm sorry.
Actually, it's really good.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people suck, so I get to do really good.
but
I
the
mean, you ever got a
PC version is the
you
more
ever-
up to
You
date
got
one.
a pentakill with Hades. Good times. Good times.
Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, all on one team.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about
The Last Guardian.
The
the
something.
Last Guardian.
But
how
we're
it was
out of
gonna
time,
turn into
so-
Nukem. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. You're amazing. We will be here in 2 more weeks. I probably won't because they're gonna go beat the shit out of me behind a shed. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Just grind.
Thanks for coming
Machete.
I have 2 sheds. Which
We
one
hope-
do you want?
The one with the less space. So I like to feel cramped when I'm dead.
We can drown you in this one.
With what?
A hot tub.
Oh. All comfort and die.
Put on the streamers. Get yourself some bubble action.
This is really. Anyway, thanks for tuning
Don't
in.
worry,
We have
we'll
good
put
amenities
nipple
with our
tassels
death.
on you after you die.
That just makes more questions. The
Okay.
cops would be so confused. Was he dancing in the sound? I don't understand.
I just love how we're offering amenities with our death spaces.
All the gyrating of the hips. It's weird. Anyway.
Okay, wrapping up. I want to thank everybody for listening to the Hey We're Friends podcast, and I want to thank everybody for joining the Hey We're Friends podcast. Eric?
It was absolute pleasure to
Eric,
come in
thank
and
you.
harass all 3 of you.
Thank you for being on the podcast. We hope you come back.
We hope that you give us more invitation
Okay,
because
I
we
can
are
do.
plural.
I can do that. I'm not good at accents. I'm not even going to try anymore.
Well,
wait,
Art,
wait.
you
Before
try.
we close the stream, can you do an accent trying to do another accent?
Do an English accent trying to do an American accent.
I don't even know what an American accent sounds like.
How about a German trying to be British?
Alright, ET, you got teeth, shit.
I'm just saying, if you go watch a certain documentary on Netflix, there's a guy who can do like 6 different accents of different actors trying to do the same accent.
Okay, time to wrap up.
We do hope you have a great time. Thank you for stopping by
Okay.
and listening to us. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye, guys.